Hi, I'm Ben from 1 Mile at a Time, and today we're going to be talking about airline fuel surcharges. So airlines have been imposing these fuel surcharges for many years. They first came around when fuel prices went way up. Fair enough, at the time I thought, okay, they're adding a surcharge. The cost has actually gone up a lot. The catch, and I guess it's not that surprising, is that when fuel prices went down, they didn't get rid of them. They kept them around. So unfortunately, even to this day, these surcharges are around. Before we talk about what they really are, I should mention that nowadays they're usually referred to as carrier-imposed surcharges rather than fuel surcharges. The reason is that there have been a bunch of lawsuits over the years about airlines referring to these incorrectly as fuel surcharges, given the lack of a correlation between the surcharge and the cost of fuel. So when you look on a ticket, you'll notice there's a carrier-imposed surcharge, and this would represent the fuel surcharge. The good news is if you're booking a revenue or a cash ticket, the fuel surcharges shouldn't really impact you. This is to say that the cost of the ticket is going to be the cost of the ticket, and that is based on supply and demand. If you look at the actual breakdown of your ticket cost, if you're flying from New York to London, for example, you may notice if your ticket is $600 that really it's made up of a $50 base fare, a $500 carrier-imposed surcharge, plus $50 in taxes or so. The point is that often a majority of your ticket price will be this carrier-imposed surcharge. But it truly doesn't make a difference if it's a cash ticket, because airlines price based on competitive factors, based on what they can get away with. And at the end of the day, the surcharge is going into their pockets just like the base fare is. The point at which fuel surcharges matter is when it comes to award tickets. Now, some airlines and some frequent flyer programs impose these surcharges on award tickets. For example, if you fly from Boston to London using British Airways Avios in first class, in addition to paying all of those Avios, you're going to be paying about $1,800 in taxes, fees, and surcharges, which is pretty insane. When it comes to fuel surcharges on award tickets, there are two factors at play. The first question is, does the airline directly charge these surcharges? And the other is, does the frequent flyer program you're booking through pass on the surcharges? So to give an example, Air Canada Airplane is a fantastic frequent flyer program. They are in the Star Alliance, Air Canada is at least, and when you redeem for travel on certain partners, they impose those surcharges, but they don't on others. So for example, if you're redeeming Aeroplan miles for travel on Air Canada or Lufthansa, you will pay these huge surcharges. In some cases, a transatlantic flight in business class could cost you $500 or $600 one way. Meanwhile, if you redeem on other partners like United, they will not impose these surcharges. So when you go to redeem miles, always check which partners they impose surcharges on and which they don't, because this could be the difference between paying just a few dollars in taxes on a ticket and paying hundreds or even over $1,000 in fees when redeeming miles. These airline surcharges are really sneaky. The good thing is for most people they're not that important, since on revenue tickets it doesn't make a difference, but when redeeming miles, be careful and do your research, because choosing the right airline and the right program for a certain redemption could be the difference between paying just a few dollars and paying a lot of money. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. And make sure you check out onemileatatime.com for travel tips and how to avoid fees.